In this week's Bleach, we meet some new faces.
They're gonna feel pretty stupid when they find out they're fucking with the wrong people.
Bleach chapter 599, Too Early to Win, Too Late to Know, picks up with Shutara apologizing for interrupting their conversation from earlier about bad habits. But I don't think Neonzol is actually listening.
Perhaps you could toss me a Band-Aid or some anti-bacterial cream.
She always forgets to take the pins when she sews, so she says she does feel sorry for his bad habits as well.
You lie! You're a fucking liar! Shut up!
Neonzol appears to be completely done, as I interpreted this panel as him returning back to Bach, who still seems less than impressed with what's going on.
This is boring.
Shutara returns her attention back to Bach as they can now point their blades at him, but he seems to disagree.
You stupid, ignorant son of a bitch, dumb bastard!
He then summons more of his random soldiers under the impression that they'll be enough to handle the Soul King soldiers. But as for the rest of them, he has his elite guards.
Alright, I have to admit, this time I've been caught off guard.
We're then introduced to each of these men, who I've already given some wonderful nicknames. First, there's Sternritter M, the Miracle, Thor.
I'm Thor, bitches!
Then we got Sternritter X, the Exorcist, Tozen 2.
Power of Christ compels you, bitch!
Next up is Sternritter C, the Compulsory, we'll call him Mumbly Joe.
Bravo!
And of course, Sternritter D, the death-dealing Gazen.
Oh my god, there he is!
Gazen mentions that he was the only one promoted to the higher ranks, so he must bring his A-game. Thor agrees and rips off his cloak and says that if he's a slacker, he'll personally cut him loose. Like he's so perfect.
You have done nothing perfectly. Everything in your life could be improved.
Thor flies towards Shutara, who prepares to block but has her own blade cut down, as if her feminine arms could stop his mighty sword.
Damn, I'm good!
Distraught, she calls upon her minion of the Soul King and demands him to stop the intruder in their tracks.
Nah, I don't really feel like it.
So, what I thought was a regular soldier at first turns out to be this freakishly large soldier, comes down and attempts to build a barrier.
See, women are always complaining either my shit's too big or it's too small.
Mumbly Joe seems to want to say something, but Shutara can't make it out.
You know, you don't talk very much. I like you.
Tozen 2 admits that no one cares about the size of her soldier, as Mumbly does some hand movements that contorts the minion all out of shape.
Excuse me? What? Oh, hell no, I'm fucked up.
X then starts talking about how Shutara needs to comprehend things a little quicker. She should have realized the moment Bach stepped foot in the royal palace, they were all doomed. He proceeds to take aim and fire.
Shot in the fucking face!
I enjoyed this chapter a lot, obviously because we got to meet some of the final Sternritters. The designs of Thor and Tozen 2 were pretty cool, and I'm curious as to how their letters will come into play to display their powers. I am aware Manga Stream translated Tozen 2 as being the X-axis, not the Exorcist like Manga Panda, but I needed something for the joke, so sue me. Nice to have Gazen back, and being revealed as the Death Dealer was surprising. I thought he'd have something to do with dimensions, but no such luck. Also, he mentioned about being brought up to the higher ranks. You'd think with a power that, and I'm just spitballing here, deals out death, would be top tier already. Which also makes you wonder how the ranking system actually goes, since it doesn't appear like the higher the letter, the better you are. Let's get with the program, Bach, and give us some sort of idea of how your system is working.
No, you don't get to tell me what to do, ever again.
A slight problem I'm having is that the Zero Squad is looking pretty shitty right now. Korinji didn't do jack shit, and I'm guessing he's just standing around watching Shutara try to fight off the Sternritters. But then she gets shot in the head. Do I think that killed her? No. But these characters have been built as being stronger than captains like Yamamoto, and yet 2 out of the 5 have been pushed aside. And I honestly don't think we'll get closure on the Zero Squad's status in the next chapter, because it's at points like this that Kubo pulls away to something else. Plus, next week is number 600, and I think we're all expecting someone to return. So who really wants to stay here at the Soul Palace?
Fuck this place! Fuck it!
So I give this chapter an 8 out of 10. The final Sternritters are a group of hardasses. Shutara is struggling to survive against them, and I think we've got some stuff to look forward to next week with the big 600. For my question of the week, what do you think is the meaning behind each of the new Sternritter's letters? What can the Miracle, X-Axis, Compulsory, and Death Dealer actually do? My favorite comments will be featured in the next review. Here are last week's winners. Alright, that does it for me. Remember to leave your thoughts on the chapter and answer to my question in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more weekly Bleach chapter reviews, and don't forget you can follow me on Twitter, Hummingbird, and DeviantArt. Links always in the description. I'll be back next week with fingers crossed for Grimmjow's return. Peace.